Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 7. No one could light up a set quite like Robert, said a colleague who worked with him across multiple productions. He had this presence, funny, thoughtful, and completely unforgettable. Robert Trebor, a cherished talent and warm soul, passed away at age 71. Best known for playing the quick-witted Salmoneus in Hercules, the legendary Journeys in Xena, Warrior Princess, Robert brought laughter and heart to every scene he graced. Born in Philadelphia, he followed his love for acting from the theater halls of Northwestern University to the stages of his hometown, and finally to the big and small screens of Hollywood. Over his long career, Robert stood out for his versatility, shifting seamlessly between drama and comedy. One of his most haunting performances came as David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, in a gripping CBS television movie. It showed a different side of Robert, one that was intense, fearless, and deeply compelling. His film career included standout moments in 52 Pickup, Talk Radio, Making Mr. Right, and the Coen brothers' Hail Caesar, his final on-screen role. In 2012, Robert faced a battle with acute myeloid leukemia. He approached it with courage and his trademark wit. His essay, Facing It, offered insight into his strength and spirit. A stem cell transplant in 2013 gave him more time with the people and passions he loved. Those who knew him remember more than just the characters he played. He was kind, funny, curious, deeply committed to his craft, always willing to support fellow creatives and lift others up. Robert passed away from sepsis, leaving behind his wife, Deirdre Hennings, and countless fans who admired him. While we mourn the loss, we also celebrate a man who turned every role, no matter how big or small, into something truly memorable. His work brought joy, depth, and often a needed laugh, and for that, he will never be forgotten. Tributes to Robert Trebor. Number 6. Be kind to me. That's all I ask of you. The simple, heartfelt lyric from one of Michael Hurley's most cherished songs says everything about the artist behind it. Michael Hurley passed away at age 83, leaving behind a whimsical, one-of-a-kind voice that helped shape modern folk music. He died peacefully following a brief illness, surrounded by love and the echoes of a lifetime of song. A pioneer of the freak folk movement, Hurley carved his own path through 6 decades of music. Never seeking the spotlight, he became one of folk's most beloved outsiders, a storyteller, musician, and visual artist who could turn the everyday into the extraordinary. His early days in New York's Greenwich Village set the stage for a career filled with creative freedom. Albums like Armchair Boogie and Hi-Fi Snock Uptown became cult classics, capturing his offbeat humor and tender sincerity. His voice wavered not from imperfection but from honesty, a sound that spoke to the soul. Whether crooning about lost love, hamburgers, or mythical creatures, Hurley's music danced between laughter and truth. Fans embraced songs like Sweetie Dee and Be Kind to Me, not just for their charm, but for their quiet wisdom. He was also a gifted illustrator. His self-drawn album covers added color to his world, filled with creatures like the mysterious werewolf Jocko, his cartoon alter ego. His art and music were inseparable, both playful, dreamlike, and deeply human. Countless artists followed in his footsteps. Musicians such as Devendra Banhart and Joanna Newsom credited Hurley as a guiding light. His influence helped build a new generation of acoustic storytelling, but no one ever quite matched his magic. Michael didn't chase trends. He followed his muse, wherever it took him. As his family shared, he was an eccentric genius and compassionate wit. There is no other. His passing is a gentle silence after a lifetime of song, but his voice plays on, in old vinyl, shared stages, and the hearts of those who listened. Tributes to Michael Hurley. Number 5. There was something in his baton that spoke of both spirit and soul. A longtime violinist once said about John Nelson, "He didn't just conduct music, he revealed its heart." John Nelson, the renowned American conductor whose passion lit concert halls around the world, has passed away at 83. He died peacefully after a brief illness, surrounded by family. Born in Costa Rica to missionary parents, John's path seemed destined for purpose. That purpose became music, a lifelong calling that led him from Wheaton College to the Juilliard School. There he studied with Jean Morel and earned the Irving Berlin Conducting Prize, setting the stage for an extraordinary journey. His bold professional debut at the Metropolitan Opera, stepping in with just one day's notice to conduct Berlioz's Les Troyens, signaled both his deep knowledge and his courage. It also began a lifetime connection to the music of Berlioz, whose works he brought to life with unmatched intensity and clarity. His recording of Les Troyens would later win major awards and widespread acclaim. Over 5 decades, John led world-class orchestras and opera companies with grace and authority. From his years with the Indianapolis Symphony to guest appearances with the Orchestre Nationale de Lyon, he brought warmth and a deep respect for every score he touched. Perhaps most powerful was his devotion to sacred music. Founding the nonprofit Soli Deo Gloria, he commissioned new works that explored the divine through sound, believing deeply in the spiritual language of music. His leadership inspired not only new compositions but generations of musicians and listeners alike. His recordings spanned major labels and brought audiences closer to the emotional core of composers like Handel and Berlioz. Awards followed, including a Grammy and France's Victoire de la Musique Classique, but John remained grounded, always putting the music first. He was predeceased by his wife Anita, his deepest partner in both life and faith. He leaves behind 2 daughters, a legacy of profound music making, and a worldwide family of admirers. The Chicago Symphony Orchestra paid tribute, saying, "John Nelson's legacy is one of innovation, passion, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. He will be profoundly missed." Tributes to John Nelson. Number 4. Dean Wells wasn't just a great player, he was an even better person. His impact will last forever. That quote, shared by a former Kentucky teammate, beautifully captures the heart of the man behind the helmet. Dean Wells, football standout and community hero, passed away at 54 after a courageous battle with leukemia. His life was marked by strength, service, and an unshakable dedication to lifting up those around him. Born in Louisville, he rose to fame as a star at the University of Kentucky, where he served as team captain and set school records that still stand. In one unforgettable game, he notched 5 sacks, cementing his place in Wildcat history. Drafted by the Seattle Seahawks in 1993, Dean spent 9 seasons in the NFL, including time with the Carolina Panthers. He recorded more than 500 tackles over his career and was known for his grit, consistency, and quiet leadership. But it was what Dean did after football that truly showed his character. Returning home to Kentucky, he gave back in every way he could, coaching youth camps, mentoring players, and using his own struggle with leukemia to bring attention to organ donation and blood drives. He spoke out, not for sympathy, but to save lives. His passion for family, his love of horses, and his calm, steady kindness left a lasting impression on everyone he met. Dean is survived by his wife Lisa and their 2 sons, who were always the center of his world. Despite his diagnosis, Dean faced each day with courage. His final years were spent encouraging others, smiling through the pain, always focused on helping and healing. Tributes have been pouring in from teammates, fans, and community members. Stories of his strength, humility, and generosity fill social feeds and echo in locker rooms across the country. Dean Wells leaves behind a lasting influence, not just as a football legend, but as a man devoted to purpose, perseverance, and people. Tributes to Dean Wells. Number 3. A mentor and innovator who created opportunities for future generations to succeed. These are the words the Leadership Society of Arizona used to remember Dean T. Kashiwagi, a man whose quiet strength and brilliant ideas reshaped how industries around the world think about risk, performance, and leadership. Dean passed away peacefully in Mesa, Arizona, at the age of 69 after a brief illness. Though his passing brings sadness, his life's work leaves behind a towering legacy. Born on Oahu, Hawaii, Dean lived with a deep sense of purpose and clarity. He valued simplicity, truth, and service. These personal values flowed into the powerful systems and ideas he shared with the world. From a 14-year career in the U.S. Air Force to becoming a professor at Arizona State University, Dean's path was marked by groundbreaking change. He led the Performance-Based Studies Research Group and developed the award-winning Performance Information Procurement System, now used globally in construction, IT, and supply chain industries. His work revolutionized procurement models and was adopted by governments, universities, and private sectors in over 30 countries. Dean authored 11 books, published more than 100 papers, and helped secure over $100 million in research investments. Yet, despite all he accomplished, he remained grounded, faithful, and focused on helping others grow. Mentoring was at the heart of everything he did. Whether training professionals, guiding students, or helping decision-makers improve outcomes, Dean always aimed to simplify the complex and empower others. Colleagues admired his unwavering belief that clarity could solve the hardest problems. He co-founded the Leadership Society of Arizona, a group committed to passing on his teachings. Today, it continues to shape young minds using his philosophies of best value and self-awareness. Dean leaves behind a loving family who supported him through every breakthrough and challenge. He was a husband, father, grandfather, and friend, deeply loved and respected by all who knew him. Though he is no longer with us, his voice echoes in systems still used, in lessons still taught, and in futures still being built on the foundation he laid. Tributes to Dean T. Kashiwagi. Number 2. An extraordinary man who brought joy to millions. These words, shared by his son Jesse Norman, capture the spirit of Sir Torquil Norman, a man whose imagination and compassion shaped lives around the world. Sir Torquil passed away peacefully at home at the age of 91. A pioneering mind in toys, a fierce advocate for young creatives, and a daring aviator, his life was a testament to pushing limits and believing in the power of others. He founded Bluebird Toys in the 1980s, forever changing childhoods with iconic creations like Polly Pocket, the Big Yellow Teapot, and Mighty Max. These weren't just toys. They were gateways to wonder. His work delighted millions, brightening playrooms across the globe. But his legacy didn't stop there. Driven by a need to make the world more connected, he launched the Global Vehicle Trust. His mission was simple: help communities in need move goods and gain access to opportunity. The result, an innovative flat-pack truck known as the AUX, was a symbol of his practical genius and humanitarian heart. In London, he saw possibility where others saw decay. Buying the abandoned roundhouse in Chalk Farm, he transformed it into a vibrant arts center. It became a home for young, emerging talent, a stage where dreams took flight. For this, he was knighted in 2007, honoring a life committed to creating space for others to thrive. Sir Torquil's brilliance extended skyward too. A pilot since his youth, he took to the air in vintage aircraft, including solo transatlantic trips in classic de Havilland planes. His fearless sense of adventure, both literal and creative, was infectious. Colleagues remember him as witty, warm, and endlessly curious. Marcus Davy of the Roundhouse called him a true visionary who never stopped believing in young people. He leaves behind his partner Ega Downing, 5 children including MP Jesse Norman and artist Amy Sherricks, and 10 grandchildren. His first wife, Lady Anne Montague, passed in 2007. Sir Torquil Norman died with grace, as he lived, with purpose. In toys, transport, and the arts he brought joy, hope, and imagination. His legacy is woven into the lives he shaped. Tributes to Sir Torquil Norman. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Authorities have officially identified 2 teenage boys who were found in the landing gear of a JetBlue aircraft earlier this year. After months of extensive DNA testing, the Broward County Sheriff's Office confirmed the boys as Jake Aniluz Lucy, 18, and Elvis Borges Castillo, 16, both from the Dominican Republic. The tragic discovery was made on January 6 during routine maintenance at Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport. Flight records indicate the plane had traveled from Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, to New York before arriving in Florida. While investigations are still ongoing, JetBlue emphasized their full cooperation with officials and expressed sorrow over the incident. "This is a heartbreaking situation, and we are committed to working closely with authorities," the airline said in a previous statement. Experts have long warned of the dangers of hiding in a plane's wheel well, an area exposed to extreme temperatures and limited oxygen at high altitudes. According to federal data, over 3/4 of such attempts tragically result in death. Despite the risks, stories like this serve as stark reminders of the lengths to which some individuals go in search of hope and opportunity. Authorities continue to investigate how the teens managed to access the aircraft, with safety and security remaining a top priority. As the investigation continues, officials and the community alike are reflecting on the importance of compassion and stronger international collaboration to prevent future tragedies. News 2. Just 2 days after applying to become a firefighter, 25-year-old Roman Lacayo tragically lost his life in a snowboarding accident at a California ski resort. Roman was enjoying a day on the slopes at Kirkwood Mountain Resort with friends and his longtime girlfriend when he suffered a major head injury on an intermediate trail. Despite immediate efforts from ski patrol and a rapid transfer to the resort's clinic, Roman was pronounced dead shortly before 1 p.m. on March 29. His dream of serving others as a firefighter had been within reach. He had just graduated from a Southern California fire academy and submitted his job application days earlier. His father, Nathan Clardy, shared the heartbreak of not being there in Roman's final moments, but hopes his story encourages skiers and snowboarders to wear helmets. "No parent plans on burying their child," he said, holding back emotion. Roman's mother, Christiana, expressed her gratitude for the overwhelming support the family has received. A GoFundMe set up in Roman's honor has raised more than $45,000 to help with funeral costs. Described as the light of his mother's life, Roman was known for his adventurous spirit, kind heart, and radiant smile. Kirkwood Resort extended its deepest condolences, and Roman's story now serves as a powerful reminder of how precious life is, and how deeply one person can impact others, even in a short time. News 3. Kate Jones never imagined that a normal evening at home would be the last time she saw 2 of her children alive. On January 15, 2024, after a cozy night spent watching movies with her 10-year-old son Gage, she went to bed, unaware that tragedy would unfold by morning. The next day, her daughter Allison, then 12, texted to say she couldn't wake her siblings. Kate raced home, only to find Gage and her 14-year-old daughter Skylar unresponsive. Despite desperate CPR efforts, both children were pronounced dead at the scene. Kate, a hard-working truck driver and devoted mom, is still grappling with the unimaginable loss. Gage was described as an all-American boy who loved dinosaurs. Skylar had dreams of becoming a music producer or interior designer. They were both so smart, so full of life, Kate said. The family now honors their memory by giving back, donating baby blankets to local hospitals and planning scholarships. Kate, who is in recovery herself, stays connected with Allison daily and hopes to return home soon. Her message to other parents is simple: make every moment count. It can happen to anyone. News 4. British influencer Ashley Sercombe, 29, is facing a tough turn in her recovery after being found unconscious in her Seoul apartment on March 24th. Initially hospitalized with severe dehydration and organ damage, Ashley had shown signs of improvement and was moved to a standard hospital room last week. However, her condition took a serious setback when she developed pneumonia, leading to a collapsed lung. She was transferred back to the intensive care unit and placed on a ventilator, her family confirmed. Despite the challenges, Ashley's loved ones remain hopeful. Her sister Kat shared that doctors were able to reinflate her lung and remove a significant amount of mucus, calling the progress a small but positive step. Ashley is expected to remain in ICU through the week. Ashley's father, Nigel, is by her side in South Korea, and her family says they are doing everything they can to bring her home once she is medically cleared to fly. A GoFundMe campaign has been set up to support her treatment and possible return to the UK. Her mother, Karen, expressed gratitude for the care Ashley has received and the ongoing prayers from supporters. "She's a fighter," Kat said. "We know she's giving it everything she's got." As Ashley continues her recovery, her family's focus is on hope, healing, and the day they can finally welcome her home. News 5. 3 members of the same family lost their lives in a tragic accident involving a high-speed Amtrak train in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, on Thursday, April 3. The train was traveling toward Philadelphia when it struck the individuals near the Bristol Borough train station around 5:58 p.m., according to local authorities. Bristol Borough Police Chief Joe Moores confirmed that officers were responding to reports of people on the tracks when the accident occurred. A southbound Acela train, moving at high speed, struck all 3 individuals before officers could intervene. Amtrak released a statement noting the train was en route from Boston to Richmond, Virginia, and expressed condolences for the lives lost. Train service between New York and Philadelphia was temporarily suspended during the investigation, but later resumed at reduced speeds. "This is a horrific tragedy," Chief Moore said during a press briefing, adding that the scene was being handled with support from Amtrak police and emergency medical services. Despite the heartbreak, first responders acted swiftly, and no passengers or officers were injured. One train passenger described hearing an intense screech as the train attempted to brake, reflecting the unexpected nature of the event. As the community grieves, authorities are continuing their investigation. While details remain limited, officials are urging the public to use caution near railroad tracks and to remain vigilant in such areas. Amtrak and local police are working closely to support the ongoing inquiry while offering their deepest sympathies to the family affected. News 6. Australian authorities are continuing their search for answers after human remains were discovered on a rural Queensland property near a vehicle belonging to missing mother of 3 Taylor Spies. The 29-year-old was last seen on February 2nd in the Surat area and had been the focus of an extensive investigation since her disappearance. On April 3rd, a white Toyota Hilux, confirmed to be Taylor's, was found by a property owner near Uleba Surat Road. The next day, human remains were located close to the site, though formal identification is still pending. Queensland police stated they remain in contact with the Spies family as forensic examinations continue. Detective Inspector Gary Watts confirmed that a full forensic analysis of the area is underway. Items believed to belong to Taylor, including a pink shirt and a bag, were reportedly recovered from the vehicle, which is now undergoing a thorough crime scene examination in Roma. Despite the heartbreaking development, authorities and the community remain focused on honoring Taylor's memory and supporting her loved ones. Her disappearance had sparked a wave of public concern, and the latest findings may bring some clarity to a deeply emotional case. Police are urging anyone with information to come forward, as the investigation continues with compassion and care for those affected. Taylor is remembered as a devoted mother and member of her community. News 7. King Charles III has officially returned to public duties after a brief hospital stay related to temporary side effects from his ongoing cancer treatment. Buckingham Palace confirmed the 76-year-old monarch is resuming his regular schedule, including private meetings, public engagements, and ceremonial responsibilities. Following his hospital visit on March 27, where he was placed under short observation, Charles recuperated at Clarence House. Although a few events were rescheduled for additional rest, the king is expected to meet with Prime Minister Keir Starmer and host investitures at Windsor Castle. He and Queen Camilla also remain on track for their upcoming state visit to Italy on April 7th. The king's health journey became public in early 2024 when he was diagnosed with cancer, shortly after receiving treatment for an enlarged prostate. Since then, he has maintained a visible yet cautious presence, appearing at select events while continuing his treatment plan. In his 2024 Christmas speech, King Charles thanked his medical team and the public, acknowledging the strength he has drawn from their care and encouragement. "I am deeply grateful," he said, "to all those who have offered us their own kind words of sympathy and encouragement." With his return, the king remains a symbol of resilience and continuity for the British public, showing that even amid health challenges, leadership and service endure. Number 1. She lit up every room she walked into, not just with beauty but with kindness, warmth, and a quiet strength that inspired an entire generation. Guler Erdogan, beloved model and Miss Balkans 2022, has passed away at just 27 years old. A radiant spirit both on and off the runway, Guler impacted lives around the world with her elegance, grace, and heartfelt compassion. Born in Turkey, Guler followed her dreams fearlessly. Passion and persistence led her to the world stage, where she didn't just compete, she shined. Crowned Miss Balkans in 2022, she quickly became a respected figure throughout Europe's fashion scene. Her title of European Beauty captured more than her appearance. It spoke to her presence, dignity, and the sense of calm she brought wherever she went. Guler balanced professionalism with humility, and her smile was known to break tension even in the most demanding environments. From catwalks to campaigns, she brought her full self, heart first. In a tragic accident during a holiday in Giresun, Turkey, Guler's life was cut short. Details suggest she fell from a bridge, with reports indicating a vehicle may have passed over her. Her sudden loss has left many stunned and grieving. Tributes have poured in from around the world. One close friend wrote, "She wasn't just a model, she was a force of kindness. We're all better for having known her." The modeling community mourns a rising star gone far too soon. Friends, fans, and colleagues remember not just her achievements, but how she made people feel, valued, seen, and encouraged. Guler leaves behind a legacy of hard work, grace, and compassion. Her impact reaches far beyond fashion. It lives on in each heart she touched, and in every young person now brave enough to pursue their dreams, because she did. She is survived by her family, who ask for privacy during this incredibly difficult time. Guler Erdogan's light may have left this world, but the warmth she gave will never fade. Tributes to Guler Erdogan. You could feel every word he sang. That's what made Johnny's music stay with you, a fellow musician once remarked. Johnny Tillson, whose voice graced radios across the world, touched hearts with every note.